Welcome to Trending Update USA. This is the place where the biggest tennis stories come alive with clarity, context, and real insight. And I am Steffan, here with you as the Australian Open reaches a stage where pressure sharpens, expectations rise, and every match begins to feel like a final, because in the third round of this year's tournament, Coco Gauff steps onto the hard courts of Melbourne to face fellow American Hailey Baptiste in a matchup that may look predictable on paper but carries far deeper meaning once the first ball is struck. Coco Gauff arrives at this third-round encounter carrying the weight that now follows her everywhere she plays. She is no longer the teenage prodigy surprising the world with fearless swings and raw emotion. She is a Grand Slam champion, a fixture in the top tier of women's tennis, and a player every opponent circles on the draw as a measuring stick for their own progress. In Melbourne, Gauff has looked composed and purposeful from the opening round, moving through her matches with the calm assurance of someone who understands that Grand Slams are not won in a single explosive performance, but through discipline, patience, and the ability to problem-solve under stress. Her game has evolved in ways that are especially suited to the Australian Open. The hard courts reward movement, balance, and defensive resilience, and Gauff's athleticism allows her to turn defense into offense better than almost anyone on tour. Her backhand remains one of the most reliable shots in the women's game, capable of absorbing pace or redirecting it down the line with precision. Her serve, once a target for opponents, has become a genuine weapon, producing free points at crucial moments and setting up aggressive first strikes in rallies. Across the net, Hailey Baptiste represents a different narrative, one built on opportunity rather than expectation. Baptiste enters this match knowing that very few people outside her inner circle expect her to win, and that reality can be freeing. She has nothing to protect and everything to gain. Her run to the third round has already marked one of the most significant stretches of her career, and each match has added to her belief that she belongs on this stage. Baptiste plays with an attacking mindset, looking to dictate points early and avoid getting drawn into extended baseline exchanges where consistency becomes the deciding factor. The contrast in styles between these two Americans is one of the most compelling elements of this matchup. Gauff thrives in structure. She builds points carefully, probing for openings and waiting for the right moment to strike. Baptiste thrives in chaos. She looks to shorten points, take risks, and disrupt rhythm before her opponent can settle. The outcome of this match may hinge on which player is able to impose their preferred tempo during the early stages. From the opening games, expect Gauff to test Baptiste's patience. She will likely return deep and heavy, forcing Baptiste to hit extra balls and prove she can maintain her level across long rallies. Gauff understands that power hitters often become frustrated when points do not end quickly, and she will use her court coverage to extend exchanges whenever possible. Baptiste, meanwhile, will aim to strike early, stepping inside the baseline and attacking second serves to prevent Gauff from gaining control of rallies. One of the defining battles will be fought on return games. Gauff has developed into one of the most effective returners in women's tennis, particularly against second serves. Her anticipation and footwork allow her to neutralize pace and immediately apply pressure. For Baptiste, protecting her service games will be essential. Any drop in first serve percentage could quickly tilt the match in Gauff's favor, as break opportunities are likely to come in clusters once momentum shifts. Experience also looms large in this contest. Gauff has navigated the emotional highs and lows of Grand Slam tennis, from late-night finishes to momentum swings that test even the strongest mental frameworks. She understands how to manage her energy, how to reset after lost points, and how to stay present when the scoreboard tightens. Baptiste, still building her resume at this level, will be facing one of her toughest mental challenges yet. The ability to remain composed if an early lead slips away could determine whether she stays competitive or allows the match to run away from her. As the match progresses, fitness and endurance may become deciding factors. Gauff's conditioning is among the best on tour, and her movement allows her to maintain a high level deep into matches. Baptiste's explosive style can be effective in short bursts, but sustaining that intensity over a full match against a relentless defender is a demanding task. If rallies lengthen and the match stretches beyond an hour, the physical advantage begins to favor Gauff more heavily. Still, Baptiste's presence in this match is no accident. She has earned her place in the third round through aggressive play and a willingness to trust her shots. When her timing is right, she can push even elite defenders off balance, and if she finds a rhythm on her forehand, she has the potential to create uncomfortable situations for Gauff. The challenge will be maintaining that level without overreaching, especially during critical points where nerves can influence decision-making. From a broader perspective, this match highlights the depth of American women's tennis. Two players developed in the same system, now meeting on one of the sport's biggest stages, each representing different phases of a tennis career. For Gauff, this is about continuation, about taking care of business and moving one step closer to a deep Australian Open run. For Baptiste, it is about validation, about proving that her game can stand up to the highest level when the spotlight is brightest. The odds surrounding this matchup reflect the perceived gap between the two players. Gauff enters as a strong favorite, with expectations of a straight sets victory. Such projections are understandable given her ranking, form, and Grand Slam experience. However, tennis often defies expectation, particularly when one player swings freely and the other carries the weight of expectation. Early momentum will be crucial, and a fast start from Baptiste could introduce doubt and tension that alters the dynamic of the match. If Gauff begins the match with focus and intensity, breaking early and establishing control of rallies, the outcome could be swift. She has shown the ability to close out matches efficiently when she senses vulnerability. But if Baptiste holds serve early and forces Gauff to play from behind or level footing, the match could develop into a more competitive affair, at least through the opening set. Strategically, Gauff may look to target Baptiste's movement, pulling her wide and testing her ability to recover defensively. High, heavy topspin shots to the forehand side could disrupt Baptiste's timing and draw errors. Baptiste, in response, will want to flatten out her shots and take time away from Gauff, preventing her from settling into defensive patterns that favor her consistency. As the match reaches its critical moments, the difference in Grand Slam experience is likely to become more pronounced. Gauff has faced break points, set points, and pressure situations at the highest level and emerged stronger for it. She understands that not every point needs to be spectacular, that sometimes simply making one more ball is enough. Baptiste will need to embrace that reality and resist the temptation to go for too much when the scoreboard tightens. Prediction-wise, the most likely outcome remains a win for Coco Gauff. Her all-court game, defensive strength, and mental composure give her multiple pathways to victory. A straight sets win appears probable, though not necessarily routine. Baptiste has the tools to challenge, especially in the early stages, but sustaining that challenge across an entire match against a player of Gauff's caliber is a significant ask. A realistic expectation is a competitive first set followed by Gauff pulling away as the match progresses, using her consistency and physical edge to wear down resistance. The scoreline may not reflect the quality of Baptiste's effort, but such is often the nature of Grand Slam tennis at this level, where small margins separate competitive pressure from decisive outcomes. Ultimately, this third-round matchup is a reminder of what makes the Australian Open special. It is a tournament where opportunity meets expectation, where emerging talents test themselves against established stars, and where every round brings new stories to life. Coco Gauff vs. Hailey Baptiste may not be the headline match of the day, but it captures the essence of competition, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of progress that defines professional tennis. As the Australian Open continues to unfold, matches like this shape the narrative of the tournament, revealing who is ready to handle the moment, and who is still learning what it takes to succeed at the highest level. For Coco Gauff, this is another step on a journey toward greatness. For Hailey Baptiste, it is a chapter that could mark the beginning of something bigger. And for fans watching around the world, it is a reminder that every match matters when the stakes are this high. Stay connected with Trending Update USA as the drama of Melbourne continues, because in tennis, the story is never just about who wins, but about how the game reveals character under pressure, point by point, match by match, on the sport's grandest stages.